Question number 4. 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 is equal to 0. So let us simplify it first. Multiply by 8, it becomes 16x square minus 8x plus 1 is equal to 0. So this is in x square dx plus c. Here a is equal to 16, b is equal to minus 8, c is equal to 1. So a into c is 16 into 1, 16, b is minus 8. So we need two numbers whose product is 18 and whose summation is 8. So what are those two numbers? Minus 4 into minus 4 is 16. Minus 4 plus minus 4 minus 4 minus 4 is equal to 8. So the two numbers are minus 4 and minus 4. So let us expand. This is x square minus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. Taking 4 common, 4x, then it is 4x minus 1. 4x into 4x, 16x square, 4x into minus 1, minus 4x. Minus 4x minus 1. Plus becomes minus when I put the bracket, is equal to 0. 4x is common, 4x minus 1 is common, 4x minus 1, then 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. So both are equal, 4x minus 1 and 4x minus 1. So the quadratic equation has two real and equal roots. Hence 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. Hence x is equal to 1 by 4, or two equal and repeating roots, 4x minus 1, hence x is equal to 1 by 4. Hence x is equal to 1 by 4, 1 by 4. You have to write it twice because there are two factors here and both are equal to 0, so you have to write it twice. Don't write it once. If you write it once, you have to write the explanation also, that it has two equal roots. In the last class we have done up to exercise 4.2 question number 1. I have done some problems from question number 1. Then I will skip question number 2 and we will do question number 3. Okay. Exercise 4.2 question number 3. Find the two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. This is pretty straightforward. If one number is x, suppose one number is x, then the next number is 27 minus x, and the product of these two numbers is 182. So you get a quadratic equation, solve for x, and you get the solution, and you get the two numbers. So let us skip this question. The altitude of a right triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base if the hypotenuse is 13 centimeter less 13 centimeter, then find the other two sides. So we are going to solve this problem. To solve this problem, let us recall the Pythagoras theorem. What does the theorem say? If ABC is a right angle triangle, then suppose the base is more than the height. Just a minute. Let me correct it. Suppose this is a right angle triangle. Now the base and this is height and this is hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is equal to height square plus base square. Hypotenuse square. Hypotenuse square is equal to height square plus base square. That is the Pythagoras theorem. Okay. So we will use this Pythagoras theorem to solve this problem. This is the base and this is the height. So what is the problem? The altitude of a right angle triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. This is the altitude or height and this is the base. The altitude, suppose this is altitude, this is the altitude, okay, HT is the altitude and B is the base. Now if B is x, then the altitude of the right triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. So the altitude will be x minus 7. So this is base and this is altitude. Okay. And by Pythagoras theorem, we have hypotenuse square. What is the hypotenuse? 13 cm. So 13 square is equal to height square. What is height? X minus 7 square plus what is base? X square. Altitude square plus base square is equal to hypotenuse square. So we get a quadratic equation. And by solving the quadratic equation, we get the base and the altitude. Let us do the problem properly. Here is a solution. What we know is that base is square altitude is square is equal to hypotenuse square. This is Pythagoras theorem. Now let base be x. Suppose base is x, then altitude is x minus 7 because altitude is 7 cm less than the base. So base is square and altitude is square. Now base is square and altitude square is equal to hypotenuse square. And hypotenuse is 13 cm. It is already given. Now we have altitude square plus base square, or base square plus altitude square is equal to 13 square. Base square, altitude square is hypotenuse square. Pythagoras theorem. So we get a quadratic equation. This is a minus b formula. So expand it. A square minus twice a b plus b square minus 13 into 13, 169. This is equal to x square plus x square minus 14x plus 49 minus 169 is equal to 0. Transferring it to left hand side. So we get 2x square minus 14x, it will be minus 49, 169 minus 49, how much? It is 120 equal to 0. Now 2 is common here. So we divide by 2, simplify it. X square minus 7x minus 60 is equal to 0. Now we can solve this equation by either by factorization or by completing the square on the left hand side. So let us do it by factorization. So what are the terms needed? I will continue it here. This is a quadratic equation in the form x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 7 and c is equal to minus 60. You can see here 1 minus 7 minus 60. So the procedure is to find the product of a and c, which is minus 60, and b is already minus 7. So we need two numbers whose product is 60 minus 60 and whose summation is 7. So the two numbers can be 5 into 12 is 60 and minus 12 plus 5 is minus 7. So the two numbers are minus 12, 5 and minus 12. We need these two numbers, 5 and minus 12. So we will split the midterm minus 7, x square minus 12x plus 5x minus 60 is equal to 0, which implies x minus 12, x into x square, x into minus 12, 12x plus 5 x minus 12, 5 into x, 5x, 5 into 12 minus 60 is equal to 0. X minus 12 is common, So take it out. Then remains x, and here x plus 5. So we get two factors, two linear factors, x minus 12 and x plus 5 equal to 0. Hence, either x minus 12 equal to 0, hence x is equal to 12, or x is equal to, x plus 5 equal to 0, hence x equal to minus 5. Now x cannot be negative. Why? Because x is the base. Because base cannot be negative. Hence, base is equal to, we take the positive value, 12 cm. You have to write the unit also. And if base is 12 cm, hence altitude, base is 12 cm and altitude is 7 cm less than the base. So 12 minus 7 is equal to 5 cm, and that is your answer.